up, YouTube? It's your girl, Cookie Comments, and today I am here for another reaction video. As you've seen in the title, the girl is mixing up all her foundations. I do understand this video is a little bit different than ones that I usually do, but you know, I have to switch it up, see what y'all like, what y'all don't like, stuff like that. This is the girl that used to be on BuzzFeed, but she not on it anymore, I don't think. And I don't really know how to say her name, so I'm not even gonna try. But you know, her channel will be down below. Go check out her channel, and the original video will be down below also. And it probably is gonna be a little bit funny because she funny, but it's not supposed to be like a funny video. I don't know. So let's get right into the video. Also, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and subscribe to Elaine and Janelle.
Hello friends, and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be mixing all of my foundations together into one nice brew. So about a month ago I did a video where I melted all of my nude lipsticks together into one Franken lipstick, and after that pretty successful experiment I wanted to see what other makeups I could mix, and foundations came to mind as one that would be possible. Firstly, I was interested to see what would happen when I mixed them together, but unlike lipsticks, which are more just like about your taste or like what you like, foundations are generally supposed to match the skin on your face.
Right.
And I still have yet to find my perfect foundation, one that has like the perfect color, perfect undertones, and perfect formula for my skin type. So I was thinking, if I mix them all together, maybe I would get the midpoint of all of them and then get something that's close-ish to my perfect foundation. So I'm going to mix all of my foundations together right now to see what the color is like, and then tomorrow I'm going to wear it all day long to see how the formula is. Alright, let's bring in the foundation. Here they are. It is a little bit more difficult to be a hoarder of foundation than it is to be a hoarder of lipstick, but I will say in general I do have hoarding tendencies. I don't like to throw things away, so a couple of
y'all seen that Snapchat filter that got them cat ears like that, but it's like blinged out? Yeah, that's my favorite filter.
Like a baseball team, like we're gonna have every foundation come up to bat, and I'm gonna squirt like one good squirt in of each foundation, see where we are, do a second at bat, and a third at bat. There's no other baseball team. There's just one team, though. You know what I mean. Who shall be the first victim? Why don't we begin with my custom foundation? Now, I got this custom foundation for a video in late March, early April.
Yeah.
When I first got it, it was a little bit lighter than I thought it would be, and on camera, it looks like a dead-on match, and in person, it looks like a little pale. So perfect it is not, but probably this would be like the closest to perfect that I have. Okay, so let's squirt this one in first. Was that satisfying? It's unclear. Next, let's do these NYX Total Control Drop foundations. I'm kind of like in between the two of them, I think. But I like this foundation mostly. It's a little on the watery side.
It looks like baby formula.
But it's mostly good. Let's do this Urban Decay one. This is probably one of the older ones that is in here.
I like that
it's probably
packaging.
The oldest one that's in here. But I actually tried it on earlier today to see if it was truly expired, and it seemed fine. This foundation is a little bit on the yellowy side. I like the formula. The color is just not quite right. And I got the chance to swatch it. Maybe I was just like swept off my feet by the lady at Sephora. Alright, so I'm going to burn through a couple of these just because there's a couple that aren't that interesting. They're just sort of like ones that I use sometimes. Some of them are more number one and others are more like number two. It's liquid foundation, so the texture was always going to be a dynamic of this video.
That's what I was like. It got different textures and stuff, but I don't know that much about stuff like that, so I was just going to be quiet.
Okay, so this is a sample of an IT Cosmetics CC cream in medium. That one looks particularly like a skid mark. I used to use this thing all the time, but then I abandoned it because I thought it might be the wrong color, but I'm bringing it back. So this is a NARS Velvet Matte Skin Tint that I used pretty much all of last summer, and it was only at the end of the summer that I realized that it was much more orange than I had thought. So naturally I have to own up to my mistakes and put it in. That's enough. That's quite enough. Okay, so this is my last one. This is the foundation that I use all the time nowadays. This is from The Ordinary. It is a serum foundation in the color Light Medium Neutral. Though it is nice on the face, it's kind of like a stray shooter. Like, it kind of, you'll squirt and it'll be like, it's a little excitable. Okay, so that's like one full rotation. At this point, I'm actually not sure what the color is going to be like. I actually think probably the bigger question is what the formula is going to be like when we start mixing it together.
How is that going to feel?
Because there are a lot of different textures in there, weirdly. It almost smells like rubbing alcohol. It'll be fine, right? But anyway, I'm going to go through a couple more at-bats and then see how much we have. The thing is, like, I have worn all of these separately, so together they should be fine. It's not like it suddenly turned radioactive. It's just the question of, like, how they'll work together, you know? We do have a little bit of, like, a volcanic island forming in there. We're just nearing the end with this one, so it's kind of like on its last legs, you know? Science. All right, so that's my second time through. There's a decent amount more in there, so I really think that 3 times through will be perfect. Let's do it again. This is a little less violent than the lipsticks. It's a little more erotic. There's a little bit of a blockade forming at the neck. I think it might, like, eventually plop down. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think that looks like enough. If it's really amazing, we can always mix more, I suppose. That's a big if.
It almost looks like a layered mousse cake.
Looks like the Grand Canyon. So I am going to mix this all together with my little wooden mixing tool.
It's got a milkshake vibe to it even.
It kind of is turning a little bit like frothy almost.
Making me hungry.
Okay, so I mixed this guy up. So I'm just gonna put my cap on here. Basically the way this thing goes is that like it creates like a vacuum. You gotta just pump away until the foundation reaches the top. It's ready. This is our first contact. It's alive. Gonna dip my brush in there and then let's put on the face. 1, 2, 3.
That looks pretty good.
It's a little on the golden side, but as I wipe it in, it seems to be not bad, not bad. The smell is like sunscreen or something like strong. Maybe that expired when it's just rearing its ugly head. The consistency is pretty thin. It's like a little on the watery side. I think the watery ones won out. I actually think that this may work somewhat. I don't know if it's a perfect equilibrium of all of these colors, but it's actually like a pretty good foundation color. Just to compare, I'm just gonna put my Frankenstein foundation next to my custom foundation and we'll see what they look like next to each other. See, my Frankenstein's a little bit more goldy than my custom. I think because of my tendency, especially in mid-2016, to go for the golden undertone, like a real strong parchment flavor. But we'll see how it does tomorrow, because I think the color is pretty good, but the formula is just really the question. Franken Foundation is alive. Frankendation Foundation.
Y'all want me to mix something up and put it in the bottle?
Okay. All right.
I don't know what I can mix up, but
the next day.
I'll mix it.
And I'm ready to put on my Frankendation. I'm sticking with Frankendation. It looks pretty good.
Lip gloss color, y'all be loving lip gloss. I be
There
thinking
are
I
a
really
couple
be
of little
popping.
spots where it feels like I didn't mix it all the way. Let me just give it a little shake. I don't think this is gonna do anything at all. Pump a little on the back of my hand. Ooh, yeah. It is a little bit more watery than I might expect. It seems to be spreading fine. The odor is less strong than it was yesterday, so hopefully it's like calming down a bit. It's interesting, like when I touch this foundation with my finger, it's a little bit slippery, but also clings to my skin very quickly. I think I'm feeling like literally different foundations doing different things. I feel like this lighting is like low-key kind of scary. I'm like, hello, children. Okay, I think that is one full coat of foundation. Let's take a look in like the natural light so we can see what it looks like. It seems to pretty decently match my double chin when I do my double chin
not
test.
that's how she.
It is a little dewy, and it's not like 100% full coverage. Like you can see some of my little freckles, but I'm liking it. So I am going to finish off my makeup routine, and then I'll check back in when it's all done, and then we'll see how it lasts throughout the day. All right, so my finishing touch has to be my Franken Nude lipstick. No one will know that I'm just wearing a bunch of random stuff mixed together on my face today. So I think I'm done with my makeup. I'm ready to go about my day. I think that in general, the foundation is actually pretty nice. It's actually turned more matte than I would have expected after my first impressions last night and this morning. Honestly, my only concern is that the foundation will stratify, perhaps on my face, perhaps in the bottle, and over time, the formulas won't work well together. Okay, let's get on with it. All right, so I am out and about right now. It's a little bit hot outside. It's definitely hot enough that I feel myself moistening. I don't think the foundation is moving. Like when I wipe my face with my fingers, it's not just like coming off on my fingers. It's an interesting consistency. I've never tried a foundation that feels exactly like this. Maybe it's because there's so much SPF in there. It kind of feels like sunscreen in a way, more like a lotion. Here's my face in the full sun. Oh wow, doesn't look like there are any real sunglass grooves around the nose. That's pretty darn impressive. Okay, so it's a couple hours later. We are at Costco right now. I'm still not dewy. I'm still pretty matte, which is very surprising.
So I met Sophia at Costco. I completely forgot that she was wearing this stuff today. I think it looks great.
I'm liking it. Okay, so it's been probably about 4 hours, maybe almost 5 at this point. I think I'm definitely getting a little dewy around the cheeks. But the rest of my face is pretty matte still. I mean, it's a hot day outside, and I've been walking around for a while, so I'm finally getting like some shine, but not that much, to be honest. Since it's doing so well, I kind of just want to see how far we can push it. So let's get some spicy food and go to yoga just to see what happens. Okay, some Kung Pao chicken and some sriracha later. I am not really any shinier, so spicy food is warming my insides, but my face is still pretty decent. So I guess our last resort to try and take this thing down is hot yoga. That was a pretty hard class.
How's it possible?
Look at my hair right now. My face is in less bad condition than I would think.
Less bad.
Just like fusing into your skin.
That's kind of how it feels to me right now. I like it so much, I'm just absorbing it. This is an impressive foundation. I'm generally pumped. That was a hard class. I think we gotta go home and shower. Okay, so we are home after yoga now. I have not yet showered. My nose is done for, but there's still foundation actually left on the cheeks, under the eyes, maybe a bit on the forehead, maybe a bit on the chin. I didn't expect it to last through yoga. But I think up until that point, it had lasted pretty well. One of my concerns was that the foundation would settle in the tube, but I actually don't think it did. I'm just gonna maybe occasionally stir this up again just to make sure nothing's stratifying. But on my face, it's working really well. This experiment actually did bring out a lot of the good things about these foundations and also like rein in the parts that I didn't like as much. I honestly would use this foundation again. I kind of want to mix up more. I think this Frankendation gets a 9.5 out of 10. But a 10 out of 10 would wear again. Definitely. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked that video, make sure to
Who knew that would work? I would have been like, girl, no, that ain't gonna work. It's gonna be separating right on your face.
And if you've already smashed that subscribe button, make sure to also smash that little bell icon in the middle to turn on post notifications so you get a notification every time that I post. Here are my social media handles, and make sure to check out my next beat. I do a lot of daily vlogging and Q&As on there. A big shout out to Lucia for watching. Thanks for watching, Lucia, and I will see you guys next time.
So, yeah, you guys, that was the video. You know, because I always be doing funny videos, stuff like that. I was like, let me try something new. I seen it was a pretty popular video. I'm like, let me show my people this in case they don't know her or something like that. But it surprised me that it actually came out. Makeup just seemed like a lot. I do it like once a month or 2 months, but you know, anyways,